the argument then finishes. They've been able to sustain backbiting because we hadn't been to court. But the situation has changed now. We are now in court, and sensible people now know that we mean what we said we are going to do. So I hope that satisfies you in the answer that I've given.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Oh, I can't let.
Thank you, sir.
Mo dúpẹ́ o mo tọrọ àforíjì díẹ̀ pé mo pẹ́ because àwọn kan nǹkan tán pè mí sí yẹn ó tóbi púpọ̀ kì í ṣe nǹkan tí mi ò gbọ́dọ̀ lọ but mo ti fi hàn wọ́n wípé tí n bá ti dúró díẹ̀ mo ń lọ o mo ní pàdé gidi kan ní lálẹ́ yìí so ẹ kú iwájú o mo sorry pé mo late o. Ọlọ́run ti yanjú ọ̀rọ̀ wa tá à ń ṣe yìí. Ẹlẹ́jẹ̀ nǹkan tí ó wá ń ya èmi àti Deputy Alana lẹ́nu láti bí ijọ́ bíi mẹ́ta ni pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ náà àwọn
Can we all mute, please? Can we all mute? Maybe that might help.
Oh, okay.
Cool. This is so frustrating.
Online.
Okay, all right, okay. Let's move on. We will.
Hello, sir.
We
will.
Phone Professor Adeniran Soro. Boya call Jade call Wole Pada again.
Well, I don't know how we are going to contact them. That's the problem.
Professor Adeniran she was online. What she was pẹ̀lú?
No, what you kúrò.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, let's just hope that the Alana will come back. Is it Nike or Nike? Hello?
Okay,
all right, okay.
Why is it just the two cities ni Yoruba land po? Show ma reflects the other Yoruba lands, or why is it just the two cities?
Okay, all right, okay. Our launch election lower. That's why.
Right.
That's why we've chosen the two cities.
Okay.
Because
two states, yeah.
Two states, I want to election lower. Ekiti in June or Oshu in July.
Right. Okay, sir.
All right, thank you. Mr. Ojo.
Yeah, I can mo dúpẹ́ fún àǹfààní tẹ́ fún mi láti sọ̀rọ̀ mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bá ṣe fún gbogbo update tó ti fún wa. Ìbéèrè mo máa béèrè mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ make àmọ̀ràn. So mo lérò pé bí ìgbà tí bá Ṣẹ́gun sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n sọ kọ́kọ́ pé kéèsì yìí fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ni. So mo máa
I think he's here.
Lọ́jọ́ padà dé o. Ẹ ṣé o. Èkejì mo fẹ́ tọrọ àforíjì fún ìpàdé tẹ́ ẹ ṣe ní last time tí mi ò wá, kì í ṣe pé mi ò fẹ́ wá o. Àtèmi àti Deputy Alana a ò gbọ́. Ẹ̀bẹ̀ tí mo kàn fẹ́ wá bẹ̀ yín ni pé tá a bá ti pè pàdé tó bá kù bí ìṣẹ́jú bíi mélòó kan ẹ pè mí kẹ́ rán mi létí tó bá ní nǹkan tí mò ń ṣe màá kúrò ńbẹ̀. Nǹkan tí ò jẹ́ ká wá nìyẹn, kì í ṣe pé a fẹ́ wá o. Finally, mo fẹ́ dúpẹ́ púpọ̀ lọ́wọ́ yín lórúkọ gbogbo ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà káàkiri àgbáyé. We are now a humongous body spreading across the face of the earth in every country. New chapters are being formed almost every day. In faraway countries like South Korea, even Afghanistan.
Wow.
A group of our young people are in a country called Uzbekistan.
Huh?
Jàmbá béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ wá sọ pé Yorùbá ò lè débẹ̀ yẹn, Yorùbá wà gbogbo bẹ̀ o.
Wow.
So, and kò sórúkọ mìíràn tí àwọn arábẹ̀ wọ̀nyẹn mọ̀ ju ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà. And every one of them, báwọn ojú méjì mẹ́ta ẹ fọ́ọ̀mù ẹgbẹ́ kẹjẹ ká máa gbúrò yín. There is a very strong group in Japan, very strong indeed. And there is a very strong group in New Zealand. Yeah. There is a small country called Papua New Guinea. Ìjọ táwọn ará Papua New Guinea kọ́ pè mí pé bàbá wa. Wọ́n ní Papua Guinea mò ń wò lójú fóònù, wọ́n ní bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn wà. Ẹ wà ní Papua New Guinea kẹ̀, wọ́n ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Kí lẹ ṣe pọ̀ tó wọ́n láwọn pọ̀. In Papua New Guinea. So we are all over the place. And then there are some tiny island countries in the Pacific. We are a blessed nation. And everywhere these young people are, these people, Yoruba people are, they are always noted for the sharpness of their mind and their excellence in getting things done. So God has prepared our nation for greatness. I found myself singing one song. The song that Moses sang that day when he looked behind him and he saw the Red Sea had closed back and covered the Egyptian armies that were pursuing them, their chariots and their horses. And he was alarmed himself. He was shocked. And he just raised his voice, "Who is like unto thee, O Lord?" Who is like unto thee, O Lord? Who is like you? Among the gods, who is like you? Glorious in holiness. Doing wonders. Fearful in praises. That was the song that I was singing as I woke out of bed this morning. And I know that the Lord has done great things for us. When the Lord turned again the captivity of Zion, that's what the psalmist said. We were like men that dream. Then our hearts were filled with joy and our tongues with singing. The other nations hear it in their camps and they said, listen, the Lord has done great things for those people. Yes, the Lord has done great things for us Yoruba people. And from now on, we should thank God more than praying and asking for things from God. We should just thank him for what he has given. Ekushe now. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá, gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà all over the world.
Oh dear.
Location 9.
Location 419.
Okay, Mr. Joe, can you continue whilst we await Alan again?
Yeah. So, Bishen Solo, I just want to suggest we need to continue to reinforce the fact that these cases are not Ilana's case, but for all Yoruba people. So I think the public gbogbo àwọn èèyàn ní láti mọ̀ pé kéèsì fáǹfààní ọmọ Yorùbá ni. So mo dẹ̀ nígbàgbọ́ pé tí wọ́n bá ti mọ̀ yẹn from the beginning, oníkálùkù nǹkan tó bá lágbára wọ́n máa donate. And in that line ni mo ṣe fẹ́ béèrè ìbéèrè nípa àwọn ẹgbẹ́ tó wà níbí báyìí. Ṣé báwo la ṣe fẹ́ reach out sí wọn? Ṣé a máa pè pàdé ìdákọ́ńkọ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn olórí wọn ni? Àbí a máa kọ ìwé ránṣẹ́ sí wọn ni? Àbí báwo la ṣe fẹ́ ṣe? So that àwọn náà lè mọ̀ pé kíní yìí kì í ṣe fún ẹgbẹ́ kan, fún gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ ni, àti fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. So that a lè mọ̀ bí a ṣe máa ní àwọn èèyàn tó pọ̀ sí láti contribute owó kan tí mo fẹ́ sọ ojú yẹn lọ. Ìbéèrè mi nìyẹn. Thank you.
Okay. All right. We'll keep that in mind. We'll keep asking ourselves. I mean, there are one or two people who have access to other organizations.
Hello.
Ekabo.
Network
we understand.
Yeah. The cases that we have filed have become very big things back home in Nigeria. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ náà àwọn lọ́yà ńláńlá ló wá ń pè wá báyìí pé gbogbo wa la mọ̀ pé constitution yẹn ó fraudulent but kò sẹ́ni tó láyà láti ṣe nǹkan tẹ́tẹ́ lọ ṣe yìí. And so we are happy that you've done it. And bí méjì mẹ́ta lára wọn ló ń sọ pé kò sí adájọ́ náà láyé yìí tó lè turn down kan tẹ́ ń béèrè wọn yẹn. You cannot lose this case. That's what they are telling us.
Thank you, Lord.
Yeah, I do lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. So we must
Amen. Amen.
So we must begin to prepare for what, because the implications can be huge. The implications can be huge. If the court declare that the constitution is fraudulent, what are we talking about? That everything that has been done politically in Nigeria since 1999 has been fraudulent and is of no effect. We must guard our loins and be prepared for that moment.
Amen.
Because a great deal of responsibility will then fall on our shoulders. What should we do? What shall we do? The answer seems to be clear. It's getting clearer by the day. A lot of people, not even we, a lot of people, not only we, will be asking for a national conference of the nationalities to come and declare what we want. And each nationality will be going to that conference with their own demands. And the demand of the Yoruba nation, and I know of some other nations in the South and Middle Belt, will be that we want to live and go and try to organize and rebuild our own nation in a country, a separate country of our own.
Yes.
This is not a matter of anger, it's a matter of existential reality. We cannot leave our nation to continue to drop down the way it has been doing for 60 years. The time has come for us to arrest the fall and to lift ourselves back up again to the Yoruba nation that we know, that God created. So we must be ready, we must all be ready for that moment. And that could be the beginning of our own country. It cannot be long from now. If the court sit for the next 2 months, they will declare judgment. In fact, some of the lawyers are telling us, if either of the courts should declare that they reject your plea, you must immediately file an appeal to the Supreme Court, and we, large numbers of us, will be ready to come and join you there.
I know what I'm saying.
Yeah. They will come there to join us. And there is no way a Supreme Court of Nigeria can reject the case that you have in your hand. Femi Falana said yesterday, what are they amending in the National Assembly, in the Senate? They said they are amending the Constitution. You are amending a Constitution that everybody now agrees is fraudulent? That's Femi Falana yesterday. The Minister of Information in the government of the last military president of Nigeria, Kilorukwe,
Absalam, sir.
No, Minister.
John Nwodo.
Nwodo.
Yeah. Is a close friend of mine, but he and I have never spoken about these things. He spoke on a video, probably yesterday or the day before. And what he said is very shattering indeed. He said, I was a member of the Executive Council of Nigeria. I was the Minister of Information in that government. I never knew that a constitution was being written. I never saw the constitution. When the president asked me to go and popularize the constitution, I was asked to go and popularize a constitution that I have not seen. And the president told me, you have to pay for the printing of the constitution. I had to arrange for payment for something, for the printing of something that I had never seen. And I didn't even know the printer. He said, when the day we swore Obasanjo in as president, none of us had seen the constitution. Obasanjo himself had not seen it. And yet Obasanjo let himself be sworn in. We didn't see the constitution until a few days later. When the National Assembly met 4 days later, There was no way they could be inaugurated because there was no constitution upon which they would be inaugurated. Obasanjo had sworn to a constitution, had sworn to uphold a constitution that he had never seen. Obasanjo swore to a constitution that he did not know, that he had never seen. I swear to uphold the constitution of Nigeria. As of the time when he was saying that, he had never seen any Nigerian constitution. And most of the people listening to him there had never seen the Nigerian constitution. We have touched a little button, and now huge things are coming out. I want to congratulate Ilana Omoodua for coming to this, and I want to thank you, our UK chapter, for spearheading and doing this on our behalf and on behalf of the whole Yoruba. I want to thank in particular our father and leader in the United Kingdom, Oba Segun, not Oba, Segun, for doing this for us, for leading our UK chapter to doing this for us, for the Yoruba nation. It's not just for an organization, it's for the entire Yoruba nation. But it is as Ilana Omoodua that we are putting it forward for the Yoruba nation. Thank you all. Thank you for your contributions. Segun told me, our women have been particularly supportive. I want to thank our women. I want to thank our women very much. And I want to propose something. A few days ago, when I had the occasion to chat with Segun and some of the leaders of this UK chapter, it struck me that we are operating from a position in which we know nothing about our leaders. We know the chapter coordinator, but when we started to hear the names of the people who have been the backbone of the UK chapter, it struck me that we needed to change something in that direction. So I don't know how to put it together. We must have a means whereby the Central Executive Council of Ilana Omoodua has information about the leaders of every chapter. I don't think it is right for us to be operating and doing great things for our nation and we don't know one another. It's not right. We must find a way to change that. Finally, a little story. A few days ago, you will remember we changed, we revised our constitution. There's a particular item on that constitution that is very important, and that relates to the chapters. What we decided from the beginning as Ilana Omoodua was that every country shall have its own chapter. That chapter shall operate in such a way as to win the favor of the rulers of their country, of the country where they live, for the Yoruba cause. That's the most important job of the chapter. Yes, they will have money. If they have money, they contribute money and they want to support some of the things that we are doing at home, fine. But the more important function is to find ways to impress the rulers of the country where they live that we Yoruba people are good people. We are ready to have our own country. We are doing peacefully, and we are going to be a progressive country that the world will be proud of. We need that more than we need money. And so I want to impress it upon you. I have said this from the beginning of this struggle in 2019. When I stood up in front of the crowd of people in a big hall in Ibadan, and I proclaimed, our strength, the strength of the Yoruba nation is in our diaspora. That's what I meant. That in every country, we will have a chapter that will influence the country, the rulers of the country where it lives. And upon that basis, the United Kingdom chapter is our most important chapter. I don't think the reason that anybody needs to tell you about the reason. That's the country from which we were included in Nigeria. That's the country that has been supporting the Fulani in, to mismanage and mangle up Nigeria, and that is still doing so today. We must change that. My brothers and sisters in the United Kingdom, it is your duty to change that for the Yoruba nation. If we can't change that, our journey towards our own country will be a lot shorter. So I beg of you, sit down and consider your strategy for getting that done. It is the most important thing that you can do for the Yoruba people. There are some of our chapters who don't buy that. They want a central command for all the chapters abroad and so on. And a few days ago, I held a meeting with them. And they were showing me that, you know, they're my children, I'm their father. I'm ready to listen to them. Even if the meeting becomes noisy and rude, I still must listen to them. Fathers listen to their children. But I cannot change the situation simply because somebody wants to be secretary to the, no. That is a negation of the original purpose of our chapters. Each chapter, each country, a chapter. Each chapter doing everything to impress the rulers of the country where it lives in the interest of the Yoruba nation. That is it. Finally, the young man who claims to be the leader of all the chapters in the world said, no, Baba, we cannot accept that constitution. I said, well, why? Why can't you accept it? We need this diaspora secretariat so that all the chapters in the world of Ilana Odua will be answering to that, and they will be sending their money to that. I said, no. We never had that at the beginning. The problem actually started in the United Kingdom. When we started, and a young man, I wouldn't mention his name, very close to me at that point, began to talk of UK Europe. Our chapter is UK Europe. And I said, no, my son, don't introduce that, because that's not the purpose of this thing. Every country in Europe will have a chapter of its own. If there are countries in Europe that do not already have chapters, you are a very strong chapter in the United Kingdom, talk to them and ask them to start their own chapter. But they are not under you at all. So there is no UK Europe. There is only UK and France and Germany and Russia and Italy and so on. UK Europe is a no. But he insisted and insisted and insisted until he got to a point that he thought I was obstructing his way, and he became rude and everything. And I said, well, okay. But we are not going to change the strategy we developed from the beginning because of you. And I'm glad that the UK chapter is now UK chapter, and not UK Europe or UK anything else. It's UK chapter. The United States chapter is United States chapter, and not United States and anything else. The Germany chapter is Germany chapter, and not Germany and any other thing. That's the way we can win this war. It is the way we can win this war. There are some chapters that are already doing exemplary things. Our chapter in Japan has made arrangements for me to come and talk to some ministers of the government of Japan. And by the grace of God, we shall be sending a delegation there. The same thing is happening in Poland. The same thing is happening in, the same thing was already beginning to happen in Russia before the war. The same thing is happening in a few other countries. Our chapter in one country discovered, when they began to interact with the government of that country, that their prime minister said, he was a student of mine in an American university. That is it. That's the kind of thing you get when you begin to make contact with the rulers. There are a few countries where you interact with the government and they'll say, oh, Professor Akintoye, he was my professor in so place. Or another Nigerian professor was my professor in so place. I know your country. Let us go out. In the country of Britain, there are people who love the Yoruba nation. There are many clergymen who love the Yoruba nation, who respond to the history of the Yoruba nation as the nation that helped to establish Christianity in much of West Yoruba, as the people who established Christianity in much of West Africa. They remember that. Read our history. Read our history. And talk to them about it. Yes. Yes, talk to them about it. And they will respond. There are many academics in Britain who are very, very respectful of the Yoruba people. Find them and talk to them. And there are ministers and members of the House of Commons and the House of Lords who are very informed, very much informed about the Yoruba nation. Reach such people and talk to them. And you will discover that there is a lot that you can achieve in the United Kingdom for the Yoruba cause. I wish you luck. I pray for you. I pray for the Yoruba nation. I give you honor and glory for what you have done, for what you are doing for the Yoruba nation. And wish you success and happiness as we move into our own new country. May you all be blessed in that new country, you and your children, forever.
Amen.
Thank you very much, sir.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir. Amen. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. God bless you. God
Ọjọ́
keep
yẹn á
you.
dalẹ́ o.
Amen.
dúpẹ́ o bàbá
ẹ ṣé sá
àjíǹjára
o.
máa jẹ yín
ẹ
o
ṣeun sir ẹ ṣeun
Thank
adúpẹ́
you.
adúpẹ́.
Thank you. Thank
ẹ
you.
Thank you,
dàgbà
sir.
ẹ dógbó o.
Okay, thank you very much. My only disagreement is ibi ọ̀rọ̀ pé I need owó. We need money. Please, we need loads of it.
Owó ni kẹ̀kẹ́ ìyìn rere.
We need plenty of
We
money.
need money. We need money.
I'm
Definitely.
telling you. Mr. Oladoye. I don't think you spoke. Have you spoken already? Mr. Oladoye. Oh, well, it's not.
Maybe you mean Mr. Abidoye.
Yes,
Abidoye.
No. Olaoye. Olaoye.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Okay, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Ẹ ṣeun o, mo kí gbogbo lé o. Àwọn nǹkan kan wà tó jẹ́ pé mo lè ṣe mistake. Mo bẹ̀ gbogbo ilé kí wọ́n foríjì mí. Torí ó dàbí ẹni pé ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ tí máa bá yín ṣe tí máa join meeting. I've been a member for a very long time. But schedules mi ò kí ń jẹ́ kí n torí mo wà ń leave ló jẹ́ kí n lè attend lẹ́yìn. That apart, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bàbá. Àwọn points tí mo ní fẹ́ comment lé lórí ó ń lọ sí bí 4 tí ilé bá máa gbà mí láyè láti touch mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bàbá Akíntóyè fún gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n ti sọ. Torí àwọn areas tí ó dàbí ẹni pé a need láti visit láì jẹ́ pé a béèrè question yẹn lọ́wọ́ wọn bàbá ti touch àwọn areas yẹn. Particularly àwọn chapters ta ní ibi tí wọ́n ti extend dé tó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ pé èèyàn gan àwa gan most of us ò mọ̀ pé ìlànà ti extend dé bẹ́ẹ̀. Dele tap as one of our resources because the major area tèmi fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí ó ní bí a ṣe fẹ́ rí owó fún gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe yìí. So area yẹn lèmi concentrate lé lórí tí mo fẹ́ bring suggestions. My first suggestion ni pé my first question, the question tí mo máa béèrè before the suggestion, mi mọ̀ bóyá a ní a targeted date tí a ti ń wò níwájú wípé a máa need owó yìí fún láti ṣe àwọn nǹkan láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe. Tí ó bá jẹ́ pé a targeted day wà, maybe màá rọ deputy Alana pé kàn jẹ́ kí a mọ̀. Ara reason tí mo fi sọ pé mo lè ṣe mistake in some areas bóyá nǹkan tí wọ́n ti discuss tẹ́lẹ̀ ni nígbà tí mi ò sí ní meeting. So tó bá jẹ́ pé a targeted day wà tí à ń look at bóyá kàn bá wa tún make mention of it for the advantage of those of us tí àwa aware ìyẹn bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọ̀nà kejì my first suggestion ni wípé ọ̀nà tí a lè gbà raise fund. Ìkan nínú a ní àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tí wọ́n jẹ́ big guns all over the world, particularly here in the UK. I will make mention of 2 people tó jẹ́ pé almost all of us náà la mọ̀ wọ́n. Irú Dr. Tunju Braithwaite is somebody we can talk to. We can talk to him. Bí ó bá tiẹ̀ come out in the open láti support wa, it can do something for us. Irú Anthony Joshua is also in money. We all know him. We can talk to him. Bí wọn come out in the open, all we need from them is their monetary support and any other way tí wọ́n bá fi feel kan lè fún wa ní support bí wọ́n tiẹ̀ come out in the open. I think I will stop on mentioning those two people. Torí mo mọ̀ pé so many of us náà ló mọ àwọn èèyàn tá tún lè bá sọ̀rọ̀ tán jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá tí wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹsẹ̀ nílẹ̀ torúkọ wọn tó ní ọ̀rìnrìn. Ìyẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn chapters lára àwọn chapters tí bàbá ti mention tí mo fi ní ó useful fún nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ discuss. Tí a bá lè enlist gbogbo àwọn chapters wọ̀nyí in different countries, a lè connect pẹ̀lú wọn because nǹkan tá à ń ṣe yìí fún gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni, kò sí fún UK chapter alone. So gbogbo ibi tí àwọn chapters yìí wà, ká wá means tá fi máa enlist wọn, ká get in touch pẹ̀lú wọn. Nǹkan tó bá lè ṣe donations from each chapters will bring more money for us and make it easier for us to touch all those areas that need owó. Ìyẹn bẹ́ẹ̀. Nǹkan tí mo tún fẹ́ bring as a suggestion ni pé mi mọ̀ ara àwọn reason tí mo fi sọ pé tí n bá ṣe mistake in some area kan kí ilé forgive me. Mo feel pé ká ní revenue generating teams. If that has not been created, I think we need to do that. So if we have a revenue generating team, àwọn náà máa ṣe àwọn iṣẹ́ wọ̀nyí underground, and tá máa bá sọ̀rọ̀ tán máa ṣe investigations. Kò jẹ́ bó ṣe jẹ́ o. Ẹ má bínú tí n bá ti make mistake, mo once again kí gbogbo lè forgive me.
Okay, thank you very much. Your suggestions are noted.
Thank you, sir.
Zainab, Mrs. Bakare.
Ẹ kálẹ́ gbogbo ilé o. Nǹkan tí mi fẹ́ sọ ni pé ṣé bí constitution, fraudulent constitution tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa gbogbo Nigerians were affected, àbí?
Yes.
So why don't we take it to our Biafran brothers and sisters?
Okay.
I take it because our Biafran, they will do anything to have Biafra. Because we want not them one.
Okay, all right.
I take it to them.
Okay, we'll look into that. I am always looking for collaborators. So we'll look into that.
Please do, because it could be a good opportunity for us to raise more funds. Then about our change there. Actually Biafra Ilano or something, Yoruba or something. So you're not really incorporate Oruko.
Okay. All right.
So
that's fine. That's fine.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. Abiodun Olomola, you seem to have escaped before. Are you back?
I'm back. I was distracted. You know, my wife just came in and then I got distracted. Sorry about that. Mo kí gbogbo ilé o. Mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bàbá wa Báṣẹ̀gun àti àwọn bàbá wa Akíntóyè tó ń ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ tán. Now, nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ àwọn èèyàn wọ́n ti sọ náà, but màá tún sọ just to reinforce it or reinstate it. Nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ ni pé tá bá wò sí nípa the petition tá ń kọ, the 5 million petition tá ń wá, there's a massive campaign and people are responding to it. There's massive. Gbogbo àwọn tí mo send, gbogbo àwọn sisters mi àti àwọn aráalé tí mo contact Nigeria àti àwọn friends, àwọn schoolmates tí mo contact, everyone wọ́n sọ pé we've done it, we are happy. So why can't we ride on that momentum to popularize to do exactly the same way. The way, why don't we use the same platform, the way that the petitions were being written, to popularize and make this court case known to all our people?
Okay. If I can respond to that.
And then again.
Edro,
hello, sir.
Let me respond to that before I forget.
Hello, sir.
Let me just respond to Edro. No, let me just respond to that. Is that the massive campaign is being done by you? That's the point. That's the point you have just made. That the massive campaign is being done by you. So when you are telling your classmates and your friends and family and so on and so about the petition, you should also have been talking about the court case. So the campaign is not just us as the executive or me as the coordinator. The campaign is you. And you are the ones to spread the word. You know, there is nobody who can spread the word better than you. Nobody can spread the word better than you. So when you are saying that let us widen the campaign, you are the ones to do it. So that each time you spoke to somebody and you said, let's sign this petition, you also say, by the way, we have a court case. We are trying to stop the Ekiti and Osun election. Even if you just give them the information, they don't have to contribute money. It's not
money. Yes. They just need to be aware, to know what's going on.
Exactly. So the people to spread the word. You are the people to spread the word. 250 of us in Ilana UK, more than that on this platform. If each one of us spoke to 10 people, that's a lot of people.
Now, sir.
Hello, sir. Sorry, sir. Hello, sir.
Tanya.
Sir.
Okay.
Meeting wise, is it in the media? Toreyan kan pè mí sìn tó ní CTCAY gbé meeting. I don't think we should. Sir.
They said, sir, one can share live new. Share. Somebody said to me, share it.
I think it's good. It's good.
They said to me to share it.
Mention some people's names. I don't think it is good.
So they said to share it. Only we can share. So, and that's why I shared it too.
Well, because Burú ní pé ká jẹ́ káwọn aráyé mọ̀.
Gbogbo ilé mítìn lélẹ̀ tá à ń ṣe
yìí. Okay, I can bring it down. I'll bring it down if that's the case.
Bonayo, don't bring it down, please. I don't think you should bring it down.
Can you just I am
still I think we should.
Can we just stop a minute? I am still sharing this meeting. Come on, I'm still sharing this meeting. Let us
Kelly, for me, some few minutes kí n sọ̀rọ̀ nípa nǹkan tí arábìnrin kan sọ last nípa kíni court case yẹn. It's very important.
Ó dàn sá ká tó lọ sí court case. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ yanjú ilé tó wà ní.
Ẹnìkan sọ̀rọ̀ kan wọ́n dá wọn lóhùn nǹkan tó ń sọ yẹn. Mo rántí pé jẹ́jà tí not transmitting or not transmitting ẹja fi ilẹ̀ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan náà ká tó gbàgbé kíni. Ṣé ẹ rántí pé Tony Nadi ló kọ́ gbé kíni tó highlight and I think it should also be informed because also sometime last week again, it's very important that we all rise against the Constitution. And the test case is the Osun and Ekiti. It's a very important test case, which is my position. See, mo feel Dr. Onimo, and we should process through that channel and also let the other people who are calling for the dissolution of that country to be aware of that test case. And mo mọ̀ pé àwọn lawyers ọ̀dọ̀ wọn náà tán bá gbọ́ wọ́n á mọ̀ pé ó yẹ káwọn náà dìde It's a very important thing.
Okay, sir. Can I speak, sir?
Who is speaking now, please?
I've not finished my speaking. It's Abiodun Olomola.
Okay, please go on.
No, but I'm going to digress a little bit because of the comment that was made just now by Mr. Alex Ajala. In case of Tony Nnadi, I don't think we should get Tony Nnadi involved in our case.
Yeah.
Tony Nnadi,
I'm not asking him to be involved. I'm telling
Tony Nnadi has been antagonizing us and antagonizing Baba.
Yes.
So,
I know.
Please, I don't think we should at all. He has been making some silly statement regarding Ilano.
Yes.
He has, and we don't know which side is Tony Nnadi. Please, let's do our own thing and leave Tony Nnadi.
I'm not inviting him into it. I'm only, you see,
we don't need him at all. We don't need him. Please. We
that.
don't need Tony Nnadi. Let's do what we are doing. Let's be focused on what you are doing. Please don't bring Tony Nnadi.
Very rude.
No,
let the coordinator coordinate it now.
Can you give me some?
Please, can we all muted, please? Can we all muted, please?
Dr. Oni,
Eduro, sir.
Can you give me some protection?
Eduro, yeah, I'm going to do that in a minute. I don't want.
You're muted.
You're muted. You're muted.
Sorry about. I don't want us to get our temperature honestly high. Let us all make whatever suggestions we want to make, and then we will, people can then react to it. We don't need to fight each other
at all.
Let's just.
Can I add to what you are saying, sir? What you just said is very important. I'm a boy. Otis saw certain things against the Babawa, but that I know the attitude of Baba. He, for one nonsense. What he really told you, Bello. My pointing out Tony Nnadi was because he really started to bring to the fore about that constitution from 2014, if we all remember. So please. All I'm saying is that, look, this is a test case we as Yorubas are doing. I'm not asking him to join, but you should be aware because
I don't think we should discuss it Tony Nnadi on this platform.
Eduro, please. Just let us.
I'm not happy that we are discussing this.
Let's just.
He has made some silly statements regarding us.
Eduro, let us just calm down. Let us. All
of us are going towards a common end goal.
Eduro, let us calm down. Everybody in this group, everybody is allowed their say. We don't necessarily have to agree with it. Yeah. We don't need to be angry about it at all.
No, I can't be angry about anything.
Let's just calm down, okay? Who has not spoken? Mr. Abidoye, your hand is up for
give me that opportunity to talk.
That's fine. Mr.
No, tí parí nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ tí ẹ fi gbọ́ táwọn èèyàn fi wọlé tó jẹ́ kí n parí nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ.
Just calm down. We are going on the same journey. This journey is a long journey. Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ bára yín jà láti bẹ̀rẹ̀. You be at
no, mi ò béèyàn kankan jà o. Mi ò béèyàn kankan jà. Mi ò fẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Dúró. What you you have asked that there's a massive campaign for the petition. Why can't we use that momentum? And I was making the comment that it's in your hands. Okay, so what else do you want to say?
What happened as regards the publicity for the petition were a platform like that of Citizen AY and all our media outlets. They went all the way out and campaigned massively to get people to write the petition, and people are responding. That's what I'm trying to say. Get all the Yoruba media outlets involved. That's my point.
Okay, yeah, I see your point, but what I was trying to say was that it is all our task. It's not just.
Yes, I will do my own part. Then once the massive campaign go like that, everybody will do it, and it will become popular. It will become a common say among the people all over the place.
Good man. Thank you very much. That's fine.
If I may add to what he just said, some of us are finding it difficult. I have tried to help some people to fill those forms. So I have asked to be sent new this thing, so that maybe there's some corruption in the one sent. Because there are about 20 people couldn't fill their own.
Okay. Okay. Well, can we just leave the matter of the petition for now, Mr. Bidoye?
Okay. There are 2 or 3 things that you come up with from the discussions. But they're replacing now at 2 hours already.
I know.
Now, item number 3. We are going to 8. And we already spent 2 hours, and we got only 30 minutes to go. So how are we going to cope? The Professor Akitoye Soroton at the Professor Adeniran on court case, but she want to find an update on the Casoro, not about what is going on. I want to continue come up with the individual race. It should come up on AOB. And we just dribble around for issue to come up when we get to the end of the program. So finance issue is there. Out is already event one, but we in Lana, UK, we have a program. It's an organization. So when you are bringing, yes, we are actually doing the Yoruba course, but at the same time, we have a vision. We have the way we do things here. When people come on our platform, we follow the rules. If we are not being asked to talk, you don't have to talk. I want to employ everyone. So we can within an hour, at 2 hours. So in the next item is a donation update.
One of the things that we have to do, I know, I mean, this time yesterday I was asleep already myself. What we have to do is that we have to try and accommodate as many people as possible. You have to remember, people only have this opportunity once every 2 weeks or thereabout. So, we need to try and accommodate each other. I know the time is going, and I keep looking at what we still have to talk about. But the fact is that we have to try and accommodate us, because there are, people are keen to say a lot of things. They want to do things. Let's just give them.
That is under the court case.
Oh yeah, me. Let's just we will move. We will have two more people who haven't spoken, and that's Ayo Ogudimu, Mr. Ogudimu.
Ekale ṣeun. Yes, ṣeun sir. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Èmi ni Citizen AY. Tẹ́ mọ̀ sí Citizen AY. Mo kí gbogbo lé. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, mo kàn fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ gbogbo nǹkan mo ìbéèrè kan tí mo fẹ́ béèrè lọ́rọ̀ ní ọ̀rọ̀ ti petition yẹn, but wọ́n ti dá mi lóhùn, so mi ní láti sọ kankan mọ́ lórí ẹ̀. But lórí ti court case yẹn, ṣé àbá wà lórí ẹ̀ pé wọ́n máa láti ṣe fún gbogbo other elections tó ń bọ̀, àbórí àwọn méjì nìkan ni?
Okay, basically because the election tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí lórí àwọn méjì yẹn ni. Ekiti is in June. Osun is in July.
Yes.
How many elections? So those are the only 2 elections. Now, in the future, you know, you can still do it for the 2023 presidential election, for example.
That's
by saying that we do not want the election to take place in Yoruba land. We are not saying it can take place anywhere else.
Yes.
What we are saying is that we don't want this election in our
Yoruba
own
land.
fatherland. That's it. And we are starting with the 2022 elections to say we don't want this election in our land. Now, if we win the court case, that's the end of it. The idea that somebody's they're going to go to the Supreme Court, go and fight, whatever. The fact is, if the election is stopped, it means it can't take place in June or July.
Okay.
That's just it.
Okay.
If the court says that's it.
That's it. Okay.
If you go to the Supreme Court, the election cannot take place.
Good.
So the election wouldn't take place in June or July anyway.
Okay.
So it's as I've said before, this is a very tricky case.
Very.
It's very tricky. It's not the same. There's no precedent. Go see. And nobody knows what's going to happen. And tomorrow, only judge got
very.
All we can say is that the cards are in our favor.
Very good. Okay. Eshion Goni. Eshion. Okay, I'll leave it for now. Thank you for giving me the time. Eshion.
Yeah, thanks for the chance to speak. I just want to respond to this last question. From my own understanding, but don't quote me, once the Ekiti and Osun election has been stopped, if we succeed, because the basis on which those elections, we're challenging those elections, is the Constitution. Is the question here saying that there will be another constitution that they can hold the 2023 election on?
No.
So if it's the same constitution, the court can't say, look, you cannot hold an election because based on this constitution, and then allow that of 2023. So I think this, once we succeed with this, that throws spanner in the wheel of, should I say, progress in terms of any other election. I see no reason, and I don't know how election would then be held in Lagos, or election will be held in Kano or any other place, because they are going to use the same constitution, except otherwise. That's just what I want to say.
Okay, Olori Tijani will be the last one on this. We need to move on. I'm sorry that I won't be able to allow anybody else. Olori Tijani.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni sà, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ lórí nǹkan tí Citizen wa ń ṣe, òun ni mo fẹ́ sọ. Tá bá ń ṣe town hall meeting, a mọ̀ pé town hall meeting we can stream, a lè gbé yẹn sí live kìíní. But eléyìí tá ń ṣe yìí, it's not town hall meeting. A dẹ̀ lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ àti discuss anything tó jẹ́ confidential nínú meeting agboolé. Èyí tí wọ́n streamline ẹ̀ yìí, it's not right. Wọ́n ti stop, but I'm on it. I'm still on his page.
Yeah, can we please do something, please? I'm happy to put it down. If the consensus for it to go down, Basharun, do you want to putting it down, or if the house please, 1 second. No. 1 second. I was asked. No. Please, Emma Bino, Ejo. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe létò. mo ń bi ilé tí gbogbo ilé bá fọwọ́ sí because èèyàn kan náà sọ pé kí n post ẹ̀ mo dẹ̀ post ẹ̀. So I am just please just ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ látọ̀dọ̀ àwọn bàbá wa ṣeun.
Okay, let's stop it now.
Okay,
and,
thank you. I'll do that now.
Edrona, and I will give you the interview all on your own.
Okay, that's fine.
You tell me which date, which time.
Okay.
And you can have a whole hour or 2 hours to yourself.
Okay, actually, text me number so at least so we can get that done. I'll do that now.
That's sensitive too.
Okay, I'm bringing it. Right away. It's gonna come down right now. So,
Thank you.
We need to move on now before I get into trouble with my bosses at Ilana UK.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Mr.
we're
Abidoye,
going to have to bring the podcast down.
Can you just briefly talk to us about the donation update?
Go this way. Whoa.
Where's Mr.
I'm going to end it now. Let me end it on this end here.
Mr. Abidoye.
So let's do this.
Mr. Abidoye is mute.
Streaming.
Oh dear. We've upset him now.
Maybe we'll come back to him. Maybe